Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel. I have been waiting so long to present what I'm going to talk about today. It's kind of, of course, I would say near to the heart, very intimate, very, just real. And if you have been subscribed to my channel for, a while now, you will know that, my channel is all about self-improvement, self-love, self-care. And I want to come, it's kind of like a poem I wrote, but I kind of like condensed it to like a knowledgeable learning experience from, the poem. But we're gonna get right into it. So it's called Learning to Accept My Broken Pieces. And the first thing was my broken pieces of having a broken family. If you have watched any of my videos, you'll know I come from a broken home, a drug addict mother, and basically I just, found love within from family members, of course myself, but family members, friends that just still to this day, like 13 years of friendship. I have some newcomers that really have been tried to true, but I do have a small circle, but it's a tight-knit circle that I know I can count on. They know me, they know how I operate. Learning to accept your broken pieces. So I had to learn to accept my broken piece of having a broken family. And I would like to, help others out there that are learning to accept your broken family, whether you had a kid with someone and you guys are not together, growing up and having, divorced parents or drug addict parents or, absent parent, because my father is absent as well. Don't know him at all. And, a lot of times we get so hell-bent on when we do have a kid, what that life looks like. And I'm perfectly fine with not having a father, but I've had, men that stepped in and became, father figures. So, I had to learn to accept having a broken family. My number two would be, I had to learn to accept my broken pieces from broken relationships. I loved my past. I don't regret anything from my past because it has made me become the woman that I am today. I've learned because of a broken marriage or I would guess an ended marriage, that I've learned how to be a wife. I've learned how to be a girlfriend. Because sometimes we think that because we are a woman or a male, we know how to be a husband, a wife, and that's not true. You have to walk that walk. And because to me, what I've learned is that you don't know how to do something until you do it, right? So basically, I don't want to get all into all of that, but yeah, I had to learn, my broken pieces from my broken relationships and also friendships as well. Learn, because I used to always be like, how can I be a better friend? How can I be a better friend? And truly, those people just wasn't my tribe. And that's really, what I had to learn, because, I used to force people into those little spaces and, in those puzzles, in those little spots that I wanted them so badly to be. And it's just like, it did not fit. And so it's like, I'm okay with that. I had to learn because I'm such an emotional woman. If you follow my channel, I'm a Cancer. But I'm just really emotional. Everything is important to me, and I truly believe that that's a reason why I am who I am, because a lot of people don't put importance on a lot of things. So it's just kind of like, they just go and dispose people, and it's just like, everyone is not disposable. Like, it's some people that you really gotta learn and unlearn things with. So yeah, I had to learn from my broken relationships. Ooh, the biggest one, my broken pieces of my inner child. I would say that was the biggest one. Simply because I wouldn't say I had a bad childhood. It was just emotionally draining. And if you, like I said, if you're OG here and you know kind of my backstory, but just having to go live with other people and accept them in a way, or have them accept you, you want to feel a part of something. So I had to just kind of deal and adapt to a lot of things emotionally. As a child, having to go to rehabs multiple times with my mom, like, it didn't take a toll on me because, like I said, I'm more very like intricate when it comes to things, and I always said, like, what am I learning from this situation? Or, you know, I just always took the good with the bad, mainly the good. Like, I would always emphasize on the good when I was a kid. And now that I'm really sitting here thinking about it in retrospect, like, I need to really start getting back to that, because now as an adult, I always look the bad instead of the good now. But I think that's like became my defense mechanism, simply because it's allowed me to think of the worst first, so when it comes, you know, I'm not as heartbroken. Because, you know, when you're a child, it's a lot easier than when you're an adult. So I really had to learn how to accept the broken pieces of my inner child and understand, like, yeah, I didn't have those things growing up, or I didn't do that, or I couldn't do that. It just really put me in a space where I'm just reflecting so much. I'm sorry if I'm like looking off, but I'm just reflecting so much because, you know, it's a sensitive and intimate topic. But, you know, my childhood was filled with a lot of great childhood memories, or just, you know, being a child. I was actually able to be a child. I didn't have to worry about things. I'm nosy, but I wasn't nosy. You know how those kids that sit and listen and be and gossip, and I wasn't that kid. I was nosy. I knew what was going on. I wanted to know everything, but I just didn't. I stayed in the child's place, like, because I was raised by my grandparents. So it was like I stayed in the child's place. But learning to really accept, and that's the biggest thing, accept, you know, the broken pieces. So the fourth one, my broken inner voice. That was good. I haven't looked at all of these. This is like fresh. I wrote it down, and I'm reading it now. So it's been a minute since I like kind of read over this. But really, my broken inner voice, and that broken inner voice of, you can't do it, you're not pretty, you're not smart, and these are the things I used to tell myself. You're not capable. Who do you think you are because you came from blase blase, you know, all these things. Or that voice. I'll never forget my cousin, not even like my blood cousin, but my cousin from a marriage. She was like, you ain't gonna be nothing but a bankhead hoe. I was never like a loose girl or anything, but she said that to hurt me. And it's so crazy. At 32, I remember I was like maybe 18 or so, like when she said that. And it just kind of like always stuck to me, like, ooh, girl, you thought I was gonna be da-da-da-da. But yeah, like, but my inner voice of just saying all those things because of what people try to project onto me, their feelings or their, you know, inner voice. And wow, I'm sorry, like I said, I'm just reminiscing going through this because it's just like a lot of things are kind of coming to me. But yes, like, I just really, and I've come so far along in this journey of just being kind of broken. I don't like to say broken, but, you know, just kind of like trying to put those pieces together, because it's been very hard for me emotionally, because like I said, I just love hard. I accept people for who they are, the good, bad, and the ugly, because I know who I am, and I know how I can get, and I know little ways that I have that, you know, it's not so pretty myself. So who am I to say you're not lovable, or, you know, things like that. But I do understand compatibility when it comes to people now. But like I said, so just that inner voice. And I used to tell myself some very harsh things, a lot of times, just bawling, crying, because, and it wasn't even like an obstacle. It was just more so of just like how I was seeing myself, just trying so hard to become better, like a different version. I just always used to tell myself, girl, you can't do this, or you not that, or you not this, all the time. And now I don't even say those things. I say it here and there, but not as often like I used to. And it's really just like, now I just be like, but I immediately turn around with something positive versus then it was nothing positive. It was just, I sat in it. I really did sat in it. So yeah. So the fifth one would be my broken decisions. That's a good one too, my broken decisions, because I made a lot of decisions hastily, scared, just, you know, thinking I knew it all. Because, you know, especially when you're in your 20s, you think you know it all, can't nobody tell you nothing. And I did have good people in my life to tell me the good, bad, and the ugly, and I just chose. But you know, that's life. People can tell you what to do, but until life, you know, show you why not to do that or why not to go down that path, then that's when it changes, you know. So I always like to tell people, even like my younger cousins, stuff like that, like, you know, I'll tell them, plant that seed in them, so when things do come up, they'll just be like, you know. But life is its best teacher. Yeah, life is its best teacher, because you really don't really touch that stove. I mean, you don't really know how hot that stove is until you touch it, you know. Like, people can tell you it's hot, but until you touch it yourself, then, like, you know. So decisions I have made up until this point has put me on a lot of different paths, but I'm grateful because I've learned from it, and that's why I'm so thankful that I wouldn't want to be no one else, because the things that I've went through, the things that I have experienced, and now how I'm able to just be healed and be accepting in my peace and who I am now, it's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. Number 6, the broken fairy tale. I did have the broken image of fairy tale. So I used to say a lot of times, like, I was compatible when I was younger with anybody. I just felt like, because I have been so adaptable, I just had to move with this cousin, move with that cousin, go to this rehab, my mom, and, you know, go help this person out, do those things because I was in survival mode. I knew that I was kind of like transactional. I knew if I braided their hair or cleaned the house and stuff like that, that, you know, it would pay my way into, you know, because I needed help with things. I needed help with books, tuition, car, gas, food, you know, like I was in college. So I used to move like that. When I used to ask people like, hey, I need money for, like, when I did get on the bus, the MARTA bus, I used to say, you know, hey, can you know, can I have $20, blah, blah, blah. But I used to do things for that. Like, I used to go clean up my cousin's house, braid their kids' hair, braid my niece's hair, watch my sister's house, like clean her house, help her with the kids, all those things, because I needed help, and that's just the type of person I am. I'm acts of service. My love language is acts of service. When I love you, I do things for you, and I just get so much joy out of them. But I used to have this image of fairy tales. I used to think I was so adaptable and I could be with anybody, until life really showed me I would experience different people, and I was just like, I could never. Even to this day, like, I just laugh, and I'm just like, you really thought you could be with anybody? Especially just, you know, because I used to be so close-knit. I was in, you know, a long-term relationship, 8 years, since I was like 16. And so I didn't know what other type of guys was out there. And I think that's what kind of really made me think I was so adaptable. I mean, so compatible with everybody, because I just felt like I could mold myself. And it was like, girl, no, you can't. But I really had this image of a fairy tale of what I wanted, and it just wasn't real. It wasn't real. It wasn't truth, because when you love someone, it comes with good and bad. It's not going to be all, you know, good. But if they have done their work of understanding who they are and what they want in life, it makes it a lot easier to be real with someone. When someone else lives in a broken fairy tale where it's so much materials and self-absorption and things of that sort, it's so hard to be real, because they think you are coming at them. They think you know, like you got it out for them. Because I've had so many people say that, and I've said things in a nice way, but it was a truth, and it was like a real hard pill to swallow. And I've had people tell me that I really had to put my big girl panties on, and when they told me these things, I'm like, what? Like, I would never forget, in this transparent moment, I forget, my sister used to always say, like, girl, you used to be nasty when you was younger. And I used to be like, girl, I was never nasty. And she was like, yes, Ashley, you used to be nasty. Like, you used to be outside playing, didn't want to take no bath when you came home and stuff. But, you know, you a kid. Like, girl, what? I was a kid. like, and stuff like that. Or two, like, I come, and as an adult, I come go over her house, and you know, you eat food, like little snacks or whatever, and I leave it on the little stand. Wouldn't even take it to the trash. I don't know why I would do that, but I guess I thought I had personal maids, really, honestly. So I think that's where it came from. So, and that's kind of been just drilled in me. So anytime, even at my house, at other people's house, I just try to throw things away. I may slip up here and there, like with a little Laffy Taffy wrapper or something like that. But you know, we all not perfect. But I really did have a broken image of fairy tale, and I think that's what kind of steeped into my marriage as well. But it helped out in the long run because I learned so much, and you know, I'm a better person for it. And you know, I really just released all of the fakeness, the facade, the fairy tale, anything that I just computed in my life where I just thought that it has to be this. When I really let go of the control, my life has just been a lot easier because I am very obsessive with control. I like things a certain way. I like people to move a certain way, and that's just not life. That's just not life. Even today, I had a hard time. I was training somebody at work, and she just was not moving the way I wanted her to move. And I was just getting very, very irritated. But I was just like, Ashley, you're not even doing no work. You're training somebody. So it's just like, girl, what you gonna do? You gotta take the good and the bad. Like, you can either be working or doing this, doing that, or you can be sitting here running your mouth like you're doing. And you know, you're not in control right now. You know. So it's those things, and like that, I have a good inner voice now, you see, that, you know, kind of puts me on a straight and narrow and helps me because I can get so overwhelmed and stressed out when things are not in my control. I just have to have things in control. Even when I step out, like, I'm such an introvert that, like, when I go out, I have to imagine how the night is gonna go. I can't even believe I'm telling people this. Like, but I have to imagine how the night's gonna go. And, you know, things to put in place that, you know, if this go wrong, like all of those things. But I don't know why I do that. That's who I am. I love that about me because it makes me cautious in my, well, the Holy Spirit, you know, that inner voice kind of talks to me and tells me, like, that's, you may want to, you know, it's crazy people out there that, you know, you kind of get a vibe from, and you have to just say, hey, let me step away, or, you know, you get that vibe, like, let me not go too far, or, you know, you get in an argument with some people that they'll go there, and so you just really have to, you know, just know when to just stop. So I have just come such a long way in learning how to accept, you know, my broken pieces. I wrote these things down. I don't know where my poem is. I'm going to look for that if you guys would like to hear the poem, because that's where I got all of these little 6 little, I wouldn't even say steps. They're like 6 tips. I'm sorry, my camera cut off. But yes, so learning to accept my broken pieces. Like I said, if you guys want to hear the poem that I wrote, I will look for that for you guys. But just to end the note, so learning my broken pieces of having a broken family, my broken pieces from broken relationships, my broken pieces of my inner child, my broken pieces, my broken inner voice, my broken decisions, and my broken image of a fairy tale. That's true life, real life is on here, you know. Something that I really truly did go through in life, and I really hope that, you know, it's someone out there that I can help with the things that I went through. Like, my channel is all about healing. It's all about just self-improvement, self-love. Truly, really, really, really self-love, because I've walked a very dangerous life with not having self-love. I had it. Well, I thought I had it, but the things I told myself and the way I moved, it wasn't self-love. So, you know, that's what I want to promote. I just want to promote any people, man and woman, that's out there that, you know, deals with those things, because, you know, people on social media want to learn one thing and they just want to teach you. You know, I speak about the things that I went through, and it's tried and true. People that have subscribed to my channel, that follow me, are like a family, so they know that this is the truth. You know, you just know when you know. But I want to advocate helping, really, really helping. So if I can help someone, one person, you know, I'm grateful, I'm thankful. I'm content. So thank you guys so much for watching my YouTube channel. I'm not gonna say how I'm gonna be consistent or nothing. I'm just gonna let it flow. It's 2024. You know, I could be all over the place. Like, I can be all over the place. But yes, I am gonna put out more content. I know it's been, you know, a minute before my last video, but you know, I thank you guys for supporting me. And until next time, oh, make sure you go and check out my new my new social media, kind of, sort of. It's kind of revamped. Follow me on Instagram at DAshleyJ. I will have it put up somewhere, or you can go in the description bar. So thank you so much, and until next time, I'll see you.
Doing what you're gonna do, I'm a lady, so I must stay classy. Gotta keep it hot, keep it together.